Welcome to Wonderland Weekly, hosted by Toronto Ty. Now sit back and have a wonderful week.
Hey everyone, Toronto Ty, back here at Canada's Wonderland once again for another wonderful week. I missed last week because I was sick, and so I also missed out on the fireworks and the end of Kids Fest, so I am very, very sad about that. But I think I am going to have some fun today. I'm going to get some food, and just enjoy some of the atmosphere of the park. Maybe I'll hop on some rides, but that will depend on crowd levels. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But also exciting here up on International Street by Front Gate, they have the Halloween Haunt Shack out here. That is awesome, featuring all the different attractions that will be at this year's event, including, most notably, a new thing, the Conjuring Beyond Fear experience. So I am looking forward to checking that out, seeing what that's like. But before we get to that, then there are things to update you on that have happened since my last visit, so definitely gonna have to check that out, plus a little bit more talk about Haunt. But it's gonna be a fun day, and I don't know, maybe I'll try to hop on AlpenFury today. Woo! So much fun going through all those inversions. A little bit more about Halloween Haunt this year. Of course, we do have returning mazes, the Crypt, Cornstalkers, Demons of the Deep, which was a fantastic new maze last year, Spirit Manor, the Ruins, and Dark Ride. So those are all awesome. Then we have our returning Scare Zone, Streets of the Undead, Necropolis, Kingdom of Carnage, and of course, Carnival. Can't forget about that. But new this year is Headbangers, which is a new show, which is going to feature water drumming and LED dance party sort of vibes. So that is interesting. Definitely going to check that out. And more returning favorites, Trick or Treat Street and Wicked Hollow. The most notable thing, other than the Conjuring experience for this year's Halloween Haunt, is that the mazes are now an upcharge. So when you come into the park, you get admission, you don't get access to the mazes unless you pay extra. I don't like that decision. I really feel like that is a bad move and is going to cause a lot of problems for the scare zones and longer lines for the rides, all of that. So, really not a fan of that decision at all. So I don't know how often I'm going to check out all the mazes this year, but hopefully we'll still have enough space to have some good moments with so many of my friends here in the scare zones for Halloween Haunt. Hanging out in the Festival Plaza at the entrance to the Grand World Exposition of 1890, and checking out AlpenFury, of course, going through the Skyflyer loop and the Ice Winder roll here. Very, very cool. But also, wanted to point out that the park still has some construction fencing up here. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't managed to get a permanent fence put in place yet, but hopefully a very stylish fence will go in place around this plaza, something that's suitable for World Expo. And right here, also wanted to mention that the on-ride photo is now in place, so yes, it is on that post there. Which is good to see that has been put in place. The festival stage here is still up, and the park has switched out the backdrop. I thought that it was kind of funny that they left up the Celebration Canada one for as long as they did, but now they've switched it out for this very generic one, and I wish that they kept the Celebration Canada one up. I think that looked a little better than this, but anyway, very interesting. Not sure if, based on the fact that all of this has been left up, I'm curious if this is where Oktoberfest is going to be this year. We'll just have to wait and see. Grand World Eatery is now closed. Yeah, it is. It's been closed for the past few visits, and it is no longer on the park's mobile app. They have even switched out this sign out front, to now direct you to other dining locations. Of course, only one of those is in a proper indoor location, Coaster's Diner, sort of, but yeah, I mean, also just the variety of food that was offered here at Grand World Eatery was very good. So, yeah, I mean, the ginger beef that I liked wasn't on the menu the past couple times I checked. But yeah, I don't really understand closing one of your few indoor dining locations in the middle of a heat wave and everything. I mean, it's just, we need more indoor dining locations here at the park. So that is very, very disappointing in my opinion, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully we'll have better luck next year, I guess. Since this has been removed from the app, I don't see it opening before the end of the summer. I decided to get the hickory smoked chicken for my first meal this time, along with a salad. So, yeah, gonna dig in, and hopefully it is quite tasty. Inside the Character House gift shop, the park has a 75 years of peanuts collection here. So, yeah, they've got a silver Snoopy, they've got some cups here, and then some apparel. So, yeah, that's pretty nice that they have that. Planet Snoopy's new and first ever full refresh center is now open, and yeah, this is awesome. They have a couple of Freestyle machines, a couple of regular fountain machines, and then they have a couple of serve yourself icy machines. So overall, this is amazing. This is really, really great to see. I am so happy to see this here in Planet Snoopy finally open. Yeah, this is wonderful. Especially after looking at photos of Yeti Trek's station up at Santa's Village Amusement Park in further north. Yeah, I think it's fair to be a little disappointed with how AlpenFury's station looks. This wall in particular just feels so bland. I really do hope that the park has more planned for this side of the station in particular. But yeah, I mean, because right now it is just a brown box, and yeah, I don't love the look of it. It is the top of the hour, and that means that the Glockenspiel is going. Yeah, those little figures are dancing their way outside of this gift shop. That is awesome. Love to see that. I think that theming works really, really well. Other theming has been added into this plaza, but yeah, I'm not as much of a fan of it. I mean, AlpenFury going by overhead, that is awesome. Quite a visual. And then the park has added these stringed flags here. Yeah, these triangle flags just on strings dangling over this part of Alpenfest. It's not all of Alpenfest. It's just by AlpenFury. So I don't know, I feel like maybe if it was over all of Alpenfest, then that would give off a more cohesive feel to this whole area, this whole themed area. But as it is, I mean, they just feel like they are for AlpenFury. I mean, they're the blue and orange, you know, the fire and ice symbols on there. Yeah, and they just feel very temporary to me. I mean, if the park is willing to replace them frequently, then that'll be okay. But I am worried that they are just going to be ravaged by the elements, and ironically enough, and yeah, and then I don't know, just maybe won't last very long. So I mean, that's also my issue with the flags that are dangling on the station building itself. Yeah, but I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this. Do let me know in the comments. Are you a fan of these flags? Do you think that it gives off that festival vibe? And do they seem like they are permanent, or that the park will replace them frequently? I feel like the park probably will replace them frequently, but yeah, I don't know. So do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and enjoy the soothing tones of the Glockenspiel here in Alpenfest. Just got off Thunder Run, which is such a fun ride here at the park. It's very unique, and also wanted to point out it appears that the elevator is now available for use here at Thunder Run. Yeah, and overall, I think the park did a fantastic job with fitting this in to the mountain. I think that it looks great overall. other than these weird kind of, they look like scratch marks, so I don't really know what happened there, but yeah, the paint color in those spots just seems very odd. And also that light. I really wish that the park had used, you know, a more bell-shaped light, similar to what they use in the station and all that, but yeah, so very nearly perfect. Honestly, I do really like the look of this, and I'm very impressed with what the park was able to do with this space here. Now we have the new exit ramp. So the old ramp has been blocked off, and now it's strange to me that there is a doorway here that leads in, but yeah, then it is a staircase, which is cinder blocks. So yeah, I thought that maybe it would be you know, a bit more well-themed than that, but it is cinder blocks with this fluorescent light, a couple of fluorescent lights in here, and yeah, so it smells of concrete, but no, it's overall it's pretty nice. Yeah, like it's okay. This space is really the space that is excellent. Oh my goodness, this is my first time in here, and this space looks incredible. It is awesome. They just did such a good job with these lights on the ceiling. I think that those are very well themed. The rock walls are perfect. Yeah, it really does remind me of Guardian in the best ways. Yeah, I think they did a fantastic job through here. Not sure what is through that door, but then there is the elevator here, so that is cool. Yeah, and then you continue going through. Again, a bit strange that there are doors leading to these access points. And then right here, more of the cavern, and that leads deeper into Wonder Mountain. So I guess that's what that other door is, but yeah, I'm not sure exactly why they need that other door. But my goodness, this space is incredible. Really, it is wonderful. Yeah, I love it so much. Everything about it is amazing. I cannot say enough good things about how this space looks. It is perfect, very mine shaft, very much feels like Wonder Mountain. It is just absolutely excellent. I am going to miss the old exit ramp for Thunder Run, and my knees are going to miss it too, because yeah, stairs are getting harder for me as I continue to age. But yeah, I mean, this temporary exit ramp, not going to miss that too much. It's, I mean, it always looked very temporary, and yeah, I imagine that the rest of this, the last chunk of it has been cut off, so that has been removed. I imagine that more of it will be removed in the near future as well. But for now, it is just over top of part of Wonder Mountain, so not really much else that you can do with that space. And yeah, I imagine that the park will get to removing some of this lumber in the near future. So you will be missed, old exit ramp and new exit path. Really love the ground level stuff. The staircase itself, the cinder blocks are a little basic, but overall, very impressed with how Thunder Run's exit looks. For my second meal of the day, I got a classic poutine with fresh cut fries from Eatery Poutineery. Yeah, I don't know when this became available on the dining plan. Maybe it's been available on there all season. I didn't think that it was, but regardless, very happy that this is now on the dining plan, because fresh cut fries make all the difference with poutine. Just inside the castle gates in Medieval Fair, of course, we do have Castle Traitor, but it is no longer featuring those statuettes. Now it has a bunch of these claw machines, and yeah, they are token operated, so you need to use your debit card to trade in for some tokens, and then try your luck at getting one of the little prizes in here. So that's kind of fun. It doesn't really fit the theme of this building at all. These really do stand out a lot. But I do think that this will be more successful than the, in my opinion, very expensive statuettes that were being sold here. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, at least this stall is being used. I have to point this out. I absolutely love this. The water bottle refill nozzles are back here, at least on International Street, and also the one in Planet Snoopy. That is awesome. I'm not sure how many of the locations have these, but these are so much more efficient and just helping more people get water quickly, which is very important during this heat wave in particular. But hopefully these do stick around much longer because, yeah, they just improve the guest experience. Well, that'll about do it for this week here at Canada's Wonderland. I had a really fun time just getting back to the park. Getting to walk around it is a joy to me. Yeah, it is great, especially after having last week off. Yeah, it's just great to be back. So, yeah, it was a fun time. I did also get on a couple rides, which is good, a couple favorites. Always fun on those too. And yeah, just overall had a good time here at Canada's Wonderland. Checked in on things around AlpenFury, not AlpenFury itself, did not get on that. But the flags out front, yeah, not my favorite. And Thunder Run's new exit staircase, not ramp, but the staircase is okay, but the exit hallways are so good. They look so absolutely incredible. Love those so much. The new refresh center in Planet Snoopy looks amazing, and overall just had a ton of fun talking about Halloween Haunt, which there's some unfortunateness, but there's also the Conjuring experience, which I think is going to be fun. Even though it's an upcharge, I still think that is going to be worth it. And yeah, I think I'll do it. So if you want to see my thoughts on that, do make sure that you are subscribed to catch that future video. We've also got Oktoberfest coming up and Camp Spooky here at Canada's Wonderland. Love those events. Looking forward to the fall coming up soon. And I think that'll about do it for this week. So until next time, as always, have a good one. If you like this video, you can now buy me a hot chocolate at buymeacoffee.com. I also love hearing your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment. Thanks so much for your continued support, and be sure to subscribe for more wonderful videos.